there's this thing, right? And it's inside of every person. It wants us, it's where we want to get our way. Yeah? And it sometimes, it really gets us in trouble. So I don't know if, I assume everybody deals with this. I remember like leaving school and there'd be these things I had to get done for tomorrow. And I'd know if I just get home and do it, it'll take like, 15, 20 minutes, and then I don't have to think about it anymore, and then I'd never do it. How about you? Yeah? I should do this. It's the right thing to do. But we'd just rather not, so we try to find a way to not do it. Yeah? What the Bible calls, that's called the flesh. Okay? And they don't mean our skin. Your skin's holy. Our bodies are very holy. But we use the word flesh, and what we mean is that little thing inside of us that really thinks we should be in charge. That really thinks, well, what I want or what I think is most important. And there's two types of people in the world. There's those that fight that thing inside of us, and there's those that totally give in to it. What Jesus wants for each of us is to be the people who are aware, man, there's this thing inside of me and it gets me in trouble all the time. But I listen to it, right? He wants us to be that person because then we can give it to Jesus. Jesus, help me out. Help me to be humble. Help me to be grateful. Help me to be kind. Help me to be brave. All of these things we bring up because Saint Josaphat today, who has a weird name. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, I'm fat and I'm named Joe, but I'm so glad those two are not put together in my name. Yeah? That was kind of funny. Saint Josaphat was a guy who was born in what we call Ukraine now, and this was in the, 16th century. I told Holy Deacon Andy, I'm going to forget what century, and he's dead, so he doesn't care, but I want to remember it. I think I'm funny today. Yeah. So he was born in the 16th century in what we call Ukraine now, and he wanted to teach people the truth about Jesus. But there were a whole bunch of people who said, yeah, we've not heard that before, and we don't like it, so it must not be true. And they really were nasty to him. But no matter what, he said, look, I'm about a couple things here. I'm about teaching you about Jesus and taking care of the poor. And that's all he focused on, and that's what he did. And that's what made this guy a saint. Yeah, I'm sure for Saint Josaphat, just like for all of us, there were days he wanted to be right. He wanted things his way. He wanted all those. But no. He said, I'm going to be all about Jesus and taking care of his poor. It cost him his life. The people who just didn't want anything to do with it, they killed him. But even while they killed him, he was praying for them. So what a great example, huh? And I think each of us can ask Jesus today as we receive the Eucharist, help me to be like that. Help me to fight the flesh, that thing in me that just wants what it wants, and instead focus on being all about Jesus and about taking care of his poor. Amen? Amen. All right.